I'm right here with the one and only co-founder of Pertinence Property.
Pertinence Property is a property company that has been in existence for over 1 decade. I mean over 10 years, with estates that cut across the nation. And they range from estates in Lagos, Island on the mainland, Ogun State, Mowi and the like. They also have in Abuja and so on. A property company that is heavily invested not only in residential real estate but both in commercial, and also they are also heavily invested in structured apartments. They also run a microfinance bank called Petty Safe, and Pertinence Property is one of the property companies that we partner with because of their past proven record, and they've been able to fulfill their past promises to their clients and so on. And seated right here with me is the co-founder of Pertinence Properties, Mr. Wisdom Ezekiel.
I met her like, oh, we are doing this interview now. So, and without...
That's my madam.
You know, sitting with a multi-billionaire, I don't want to loud something. So anyways, for Nigerians in diaspora, I'll be asking my Oga, don't mind him, he's my Oga at the top. So, Uncle Wisdom, if you look at our side, you can see that we resemble. So, Uncle Wisdom, so why should a Nigerian in diaspora, because I know you're well-traveled, today now, I've seen in Nigeria, tomorrow you can just say he's in Canada, next tomorrow he's in London, next one, so you used to sleep in Nigeria, wake up in Canada. So you are used to that lifestyle. Why should a Nigerian in diaspora, why should they invest in Nigeria today? Why should they invest? Why should they have land, houses in Nigeria, despite the fact that they say Nigeria is a shithole country?
Okay, first of all, Nigeria is not a shithole country. Anybody that calls that kind of name is not a patriotic person. One of the major solutions that we must imbibe in Nigeria is to become patriotic, all right? Because most of the countries that we now envy, they didn't start, the way they are now. They started from somewhere. The America that everybody celebrates. If you know the kind of process that America went through before it became America today, you will understand that Nigeria is even in a very good position. And I believe that if all of us come together and give our country a better position in terms of giving it a good name, you start when you name a child, it doesn't matter whether the child is beautiful or not. You want to give your child a good name, yeah. So that it can start from there. And names are very important. So for me, Nigeria is not a shithole country. It is a good country where you have very good business output. Now, one of the reasons why people must invest in Nigeria in the area of real estate is that our real estate right now in Nigeria is still emerging. It's still untapped. There's still huge opportunity. For most of the people who are in diaspora, they will tell you what they see over there. If you live in the US or you live in the UK, you live in Dubai, or you would have seen real estate at a very high peak. And we have not gotten there yet. It means that our market is still emerging. An average house in Ontario today goes for over $1 million, and that's like in the realms of billions right now. So what I'm saying in essence is that Nigeria is an emerging market, and the best time to get into a market is when the market is emerging. That's why you must get into the Nigeria market. Despite all the things that have happened in the area of exchange rates, Naira falling to the dollar, that has still not affected the value of real estate. In fact, the value of real estate keeps advancing. I did a particular experiment, just a particular small research to discover that people who left their money in dollars in the last 3 years and people who invested in viable real estate opportunities in Nigeria, they are not in any way comparable. Wow. There have been great returns for people who, for instance, I bought a land 3 years ago and I bought the land for 5 million. As I speak to you now, that land is 30 million. Somebody who put their money in dollar, the highest that has happened is maybe 150% increase. I have done over 300% increase, and it has the ability to do even much more. So saying that you rather keep your money in dollar, you rather invest in dollar, well, dollar will give you very low appreciation. But when it comes to Nigeria, our market is emerging, so the appreciation is very, very fast and it goes very high. So that's one of the reasons. Then you really want to have charity begin at home, because how will you say you are going to develop another man's country? At the end of the day, whether you like it or not, you are a second-class citizen. There's nothing you want to say. I'm an American, I'm a Canadian. It doesn't matter. It is written. My daughter is an American citizen. In her passport, it it is written that she's an American born of a Nigerian parents. So
no matter
what you want to
your
say,
root is
your root is your root. So for people who say they have forgotten their root and what they now want to do is just to abandon themselves in America, I think you are not, charity is not at home. So let charity come back home, have a bragging right. If anything happens today and they say everybody go back to their country, what will you have to fall back to? So the good thing is that you should have an investment in Nigeria and you can fall back to just in case that. Apart from that, the returns are good. I have properties in many places in the world, but I still do 99% of my investment is in Nigeria. Because why? The return of the investment is good. The only challenge is that people once you can get that, you can trust what you that will open up the next opportunity. I've never seen a place in the world where you make all of
Okay, you talked about buying a home, which was even one of the things I heard a few weeks ago. Someone said to have a mansion or a house in Canada or US, you must have at least minimum of $600,000. Meanwhile, you have to pay the money for like 30 years, and if you miss 1 month, your money is gone. Then I kept on wondering that if somebody can own a house with $100,000, so why won't you? What would it cost you to have 5% of that money to own a better apartment, a better house of your own choice in your own country? Like with $6,000, you can own a land in Nigeria. With about 20% of that money, you can still own that kind of apartment you want to have in that US or UK in Nigeria. What do you think?
It's that many people will tell you that rather invest abroad than invest in the country. The major reason is not really because they don't know that it's good investment abroad. The fact that many people have bad experience travel faster than good experience. People tend to identify more with bad experience than good experience. You come here today and say that one dog beats somebody. You say it's not that thing. But when you come here today and say a man, bites a dog, it makes headline news because it's bad news, alright? So what we are saying in essence is that trust is that factor that helps. Because the amount it costs you to buy a house in a place like Ontario, in a place like New York, you buy a whole mansion, a whole city, in Nigeria, and you can actually do what you want to do. I even have this opinion that we build better houses in Nigeria than most of those places, especially in terms of design. We have very good, most of our rooms are in suites in Nigeria. It means every room has their own. Most of those houses in those countries, you find that 2 or 3 rooms are sharing one toilet and bath, and they tell you it's 1.5 bath, 2.5 bath. What is that? Yeah, we have all room en suites and we still have toilet for visitors, and that's how we design our houses. And we build with blocks. We don't build with wood. And it's environmentally protected. If there's fire, you are very sure that the fire will only burn the things in the house and the solid house will still remain. So, but abroad, once fire comes out, it burns everything because everything is wood. So that's why I think that for diversification purpose, people should invest both in the country where they are resided and also in the country of their origin. It is very important. It's wise to do so.
It's wise.
I know somebody who invested in some companies in China, but because China is a communist environment, one way or the other, they manipulated and took the company from him. Today he's back to his own country and he's telling everybody that it is in his own country that he will invest because you don't know what will happen tomorrow. Let's not deceive ourselves. You're a black man, you have a root. Don't go and deceive yourself. Even if you are fair in complexion like you now, don't go and deceive yourself.
I remember one of our business partners during that COVID period, he was telling us that when he wanted to give this COVID vaccine, then if you're black, because it's originally from Jamaica, the vaccine was meant for the first class citizens and second class, but he was the second class. They didn't give him that vaccine until all the first class citizens have gotten. So wherever you are outside, if you're Nigerian in diaspora, wherever you are outside Nigeria, this is the best. Like now, I've been telling you that this is the best that is good for you to invest in Nigeria. It's wise for you to invest in Nigeria. But you did not only hear from my mouth now, you've heard from my Oga's lips. So it has told you why you should invest in Nigeria. So I think it's a smart and a wise decision. And remember, you can Google search on your phone, one of the most expensive places to even have real estate, actually Nigeria, Lagos State. So for that real estate investment, don't forget to call the numbers or click the link in my bio today. I am Noella, and this is Mr. Wisdom. I'm my uncle. You can see we look alike. They always double billionaires.